Hey everyone, I got this done after some frustrations. You know what, I wish there was a way to do this to make it look better, so it may end up looking, I may end up doing this manually. Okay, this is the sweet berries time. This is what it looks like. Okay, sorry. All right, so you can go inside and you've got the front windows here. You've got the sweet berries time. You've got this part, the shade, and then you've got, got this part. I put the top on, so you're gonna have to look down. So I apologize. Let's see. So there's the shelf. There's the other shelf. Here's everything. I ended up having to glue it all together. The idea was that you were supposed to be able to swing this front open. However, I found that this side leaned, and there was just no way it was going to be stable to swing it open. If they had a latch there, which would have been perfect, it would be able to swing open and shut like it's supposed to. So I ended up having to glue it all together, which means if anything breaks in there, I'm going to have to rip it up. I did not put the lighting in because I wasn't sure how to. The lighting actually fits. Let me turn it around here. The lighting compartment fits in the back there, but I wasn't sure how well it would open if I kept it open and shut, if I would have wire issues. And my fan turned out terrible. Did they have you make a fan? Do I still have it or did I toss it? The fan did not work like they wanted it to, and I don't think I have. I think I might have tossed a lot of stuff and got frustrated with it. I do not see it. I'll find it as soon as I'm done with it. All right. Anyway, I'll go to show you the fan. So the fan didn't fit in because it didn't lay straight across. I can't even find anything. All right. Okay, when they have you put the fan in and put these in, all it did was just like drop. And I couldn't fix it to make it look good. Nothing worked. I was like, this is a beautiful idea. I would have loved to have the fan, sitting over the top of the table and everything, but I just finally gave up on the lighting, and my lighting skills still suck. I don't know what a use for these holes were, so I don't think it really matters. I had just used it when when it had me cut everything up. When you go back to the beginning here, I'm too far ahead of myself, and you're not even at. It has it has the holes pointing up. I just kept it that way. As far as I know, I never needed it. I don't even see anything there. The instructions, they're okay, but there's a lot of parts that, see how it's supposed to swing open like this, and it's not. It wasn't going to by the time I got everything done. Yeah, here's how the battery was supposed to be installed, and I wasn't sure every time you opened and shut the thing that you wouldn't lose, I don't know. Batteries and I don't go very well. Lighting. So that's the back. I need to finish up the side. The flowers they have you make are so small, I ended up ruining them. So I just bought these at Walmart, just a package of them, and just shoved them there. The bushes actually came. I ended up having to go through some stuff that was my own stuff because there just wasn't enough here. There wasn't just any way I was just going to stuff all this stuff in here and hope it all glued in, and I didn't think it looked very nice. So I had a tree from a previous kit that I didn't use, and I just cut it up and stuck it in there and then just put the little fabric flowers in there. Let's see here. The door does open. I did get the door to open. Of course, it doesn't open all the way. The hinges go on the back, right through there. So if you decide to do that, They go on the back. It looked like from the directions that they wanted them to be on this side. And like there's just, in front here, and I couldn't figure it out until I was like, either that I don't read directions very well, which is just as easily. What I ended up doing was some difference was I put, this goes in the middle. This was in there, but they had a big but Petty 4 sign that was supposed to go in there. I didn't like it, so what I did was they had you make a bag of like something and then a little jar of biscuits, cookies. And so I ended up putting those. I had enough leftover lace to put it on the bottom. I think the biggest complaint with this design was, there wasn't anything really for the front that made it look pretty, inviting. I ended up having to kind of fudge. Let's see if I can get in here. I ended up having to fudge the little tin foil. No, that's not even, okay. I'm really sorry about this. Because they did some really weird stuff with how to put some of this together, and I finally just like, screw it, I'll do it whatever way works for me. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't, I had to just do with the tablecloth. I just had to what I ended up doing was putting the piece of fabric over and just kind of cutting around it. Because it said, well, cut an 11 centimeter, and like, there is an 11 centimeter diameter here to do this. So sometimes you just have to make do and just make it work. Let's see. Everything else is pretty much the same. I really like that they have the top, that it's like this, and the door opens. But yeah, this part was a mess, and that the let's see, the cellophane or whatever they put for this, it wasn't all the right sizes. So what you ended up having to do was lay these, lay the long parts together and put these together and just glue it from the panels, and then stick the window parts in, because they weren't the same length. This one was off by like 1/8 of an inch down here to be able to fit it between the two. The window frame wasn't going to fit, so you really had to use the wooden pieces to make a frame, and not fit it to the instructions where it has you put it on the plastic part and then screw it in. Actually, it came out pretty good. Not there's a few pieces where it didn't quite work in. This is a really, really fragile piece. The other thing that was really frustrating here, let me see. Go back to, everything else was pretty much straightforward, but I would have really appreciated having, I keep moving stuff, and it's, like right here, I really would have appreciated having some distances, because, whoops, I apologize, because I ended up with gaps. You can see where the gaps are. Ended up with some gaps there because, again, where are we? Yeah, that's the door. Move over. Here we go. I ended up with some gaps, which made this even this side lean even more. So they really didn't tell you. Let me go back down into here. Like I said, they just had you put it together just like this and hope for the best. So with this, and this got tricky because you had to make sure, I had it in backward or upside down, I don't know, because this piece had to go in front with these pieces being behind it. And if you don't have it on the right spot, they won't fit together. And the whole point is to have, open the door now, I won't be able to put it back. So that the door fits in between here. So I had to make sure I had enough space for the door, otherwise your door's not going to open and shut, and enough to do height right here. So this took a lot of engineering skills. That's the only way to put it. I wish that they'd had something for right here. That would have been really nice. And I wish they'd had a mat that says welcome. That would have been nice to have. Oh, I also wrecked the chair. So I was doing it and wasn't paying attention. So there's supposed to be 2 chairs in there. Well, I wrecked one. So this is where, again, let me pull out again. This is where you just kind of make it your own if you need to. It did come out really cute and really pretty. It just, that front windows, the storefront windows are just a mess. And because they didn't give any, let me go through here. Yeah, down here, it just, see where it shows you that all these pieces should meet this way. Otherwise, it doesn't fit right. And then make sure your door fits in. But yeah, there's no, other than the 1/8, right, or yeah, 0.8, then I guess you're just supposed to line everything up and hope it works, but it doesn't. Yeah. What other problems did I have? The leaves and everything were just too small to work with, so I didn't get the wreaths done or anything like that. Like I said, I had a tree from another project, and I just used those for the pots. There's another one over here. And I wasn't able to there was supposed to be some, oh, I'm getting glare. There was supposed to be some ribbon on the box there. I'm like, you know what? I don't have the dexterity. Let's see. I really love the cups. Those were fun to make. I mean, it was just really easy. Just bend the wire. This just came out really cute and really pretty. So it is worth kind of the pain. Like I said, I love the windows. I'm so glad I had enough left over to put on the bottom here. I like that the door opens and shuts. Like I said, once it gets together, I mean, it's really cute and really pretty. I would just add some more touches to it. And you may end up having to do what I do, which is glue it all together and not worry about it. If anything breaks, well, I guess you might have to break into it. So I don't know if I would buy the kit again, but just be patient with yourself, because unless you really know what you're doing, like I said, I've got gaps through here. And I think, again, it's just part of just trying to make everything fit. If they'd given you some better layout directions, it would have been just fine. Everything was there. I wasn't missing anything, which is nice, because my last box I just picked up from Amazon was missing 2 stairs, and a part had broke, and I had to send it back. Yeah, everything else is really straightforward. It's a beautiful kit. By all means, if you feel like working with this, just take it easy on this. Take your time, and if it gets straight, great. If it doesn't, do the best you can. I work on a template. That way you can just kind of lay this part out. Ugh, I can't even talk today. Lay this part out, and then you can glue it all together, and then it's good to go. Instead of having to trying to figure it out yourself. Problem is everything I have is in inches. Had this been in centimeters, I think I could have easily put it together as a grid. But so I hope, if you have questions, please ask. I do think it came out really nice. But this is one that you just don't throw together really easy. And thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.